and welcome again. Quick update, I do have a bunch of Google news as far as the, let's see, Android 14. I got news. I have news on the Google Pixel tablet. And then I also have news on the, and/or an update on the Pixel 8 series. But real quick on the video, I'm gonna, I guess, followers, viewers of the channel, subscribers, or people that have seen some of my past videos, I'm trying to incorporate a little more. I do record a lot in the car. I wish I, could do it at a desk or some fancy studio, but that's just not reality. I'm, working. I work for myself, but I'm, just a working person that does this as a hobby, and just, this is what I love, is tech, and I love art and creating stuff. So I am going to try to incorporate a little more graphics, and I think some of y'all have noticed in these last few videos, editing some videos, just making some, corny graphics and additions. I'm trying to incorporate, if I'm talking about stuff, include a picture like up there, or maybe a light bulb going over my head or whatever. But I'm gonna try to incorporate some stuff just so it's not so boring, because I know when you're watching somebody talk in their car, you can kind of get little lethargic and whatever. But so I'm going to try to incorporate some cool stuff. I'm not going to go overboard or crazy with it, which means I probably will, but I'm just going to try to add some cool stuff to the video. But anyways, okay, so we have Google News. Now, in the last video, somebody commented, I had a subscriber comment that he tried to update the Android 13, the beta program, which I'm running on my Pixel, and it was gone. All that they have for the beta program is to enroll in Android 14, which is a bummer. I may try to see if there's a workaround for y'all that are interested, because I fully endorse the beta program on Android 13, because with the new update that came out a couple weeks ago, I mean, the phone is awesome. It's freaking awesome. No bugs whatsoever. Battery life, I can go basically a day and a half. Look, it's 5:37 p.m. and I have, where's my battery? I have 72% of battery at 5:47 p.m. Now, I have two phones, so I'm not using it all day, but I unplugged it at like 7 a.m. this morning. I mean, that's incredible. I could go, the way it's going right now, I could probably go 2 days on it. So, do not download and or install Android 14. I told y'all I do not suggest it, and why did I not is because with every new release, brand new release, there's going to be bugs, and what do you know, there's a ton of bugs. I'm going to put a link in the description where you can read some of an article of the bugs. Android reviewer downloaded Android 14, and he says it is horrible. There's all sorts of stuff. Now he has fixes for it, like some are as simple as just rebooting your phone, some you have to clear cache, a ton of app crashes. As soon as you boot your phone, something, there's tons of app crashes, just like I said. But also when you are wirelessly charging your phone, the ringer doesn't work. Just a bunch of little weird things. Now, I typically, especially in the past, have always downloaded a beta on the second version, because normally with this version, it's got a ton of bugs, and with the second version, now the app developers at Google are ironing out all these bugs. They're taking crash reports from users' devices. That's why they release betas to people that have a public beta build, is to get the software on people's phones, because Google, just with a team of 100 developers, or even if they give the Pixel 8s or the Android 14 to a couple hundred people, that's still not enough. You need thousands of users to have these, because there's all sorts of circumstances that are going to arise and make the phone act funny. So they need the public to run this beta so they can gather the info. Yes, they gather the info on your device to see why apps crashed, so they can iron them out, and when they put the second version out, all the bugs will be fixed. So I will normally download the second beta, and that's what I'll probably do with this one. And I'll install it and let y'all know how it goes right off the bat. But that's that. Just don't install Android 14. It's not worth it right now. Oh, and I'll try to see if there's a workaround where you can join the beta on Android 13, because it's such a good build. Let's see. Now, with there's been some new leaks with the new, if y'all were unaware, Google is coming out again off of I want to say a 4-year hiatus from manufacturing and constructing tablets. I think the last one was the Pixel Slate, I believe. I believe that was the last one. But there have been new images that leaked from the Pixel tablet right here. And it's interesting because their design is pretty bland. Now, it's always been bland. But with this, I was hoping that they would add some sort of design from the Pixel 7 series and incorporate that into the tablet, but it doesn't look that way. It looks like, y'all remember what the 3A looked like, the Pixel 3A, where it just had that one little small camera back there? That's what this basically looks like. And as you can tell, it's got a wide border around the screen, and companies like Apple with their iPad, companies like Samsung with their Galaxy Tab, especially the new Tab S9 that's coming out, very, very thin borders, just enough, not as thin as a mobile device, right, where you can't grab it, but it'll have this just a smaller thin border to make it look more modern. This Pixel tablet, as you can tell from the pictures, has got very, very thick borders around the screen. And then it's got like a kind of a Pixel 3A look, which is kind of bland. You know, I hope it looks better in person. I'm sure it will look better in person. But the other weird thing is it has a slider. Now, if you have a Lenovo laptop, that's what I have. Now, I'm sure I think the Samsung laptops have them too. Yeah, my Samsung has it, where has a slider. So you can physically turn the camera off. The new Pixel tablet's going to have that a physical camera slider, where it's going to physically block the camera. Then it's also going to have a physical mute button for the audio. So if you want to go full privacy, like if you don't trust Google at all, or anybody, this tablet's probably going to be for you, because Google is the best, and I guarantee it'll get monthly security updates just like every other Pixel. Having a Pixel, you have technically probably the most secure phone in the world. Now, I know Apple's got their stuff, but most of these hackers are into hacking iPhones because there's only one iPhone to hack, and they can focus all their efforts on this one iPhone, right? Android, there's a ton of devices, and not even though there may be 2 Android devices running the same software, it's a totally different code because they have different kernel sources. They have, you know, the code's different. It comes from different manufacturers. They code their software a little different. So that means a hacker would have to go back in and repackage all their hacking code and softwares just to, you know, get into one tiny part of an Android world or phone, right? So that's why I like to think, I may be wrong, but I like to think Pixel is the most secure device. Google's going to make this tablet with a camera slider, physical camera slider, and a physical mute slider, I guess. So that's kind of weird, to be honest with you, but whatever. And it's going to come with a stand. So it's going to be like a home base where you basically, it's going to charge it wirelessly. So it's going to have a base, and the tablet's going to sit on there, and you can use it for your home controls and your Wi-Fi and your camera doorbell and your thermometer and all this crap. So it looks interesting. It should come out, I think they're going to release it with the 7A here in May, I believe. That's what I'm thinking, is Google I/O in May. So here pretty soon, maybe in the next month or so, we should get, or at least more news as far as when we can expect it. They may prolong it, and it may come out alongside the Pixel 8 series. Now the 7A is going to come out next month, which I can't wait, because we're going to get our hands on one of those and review it. Now, speaking of the Pixel 8, boom, we got more leaks, more pictures. There's been case makers for the Pixel 8 that have leaked these designs. Now, it's similar, obviously very similar, same device that we saw from last week's leak, but these are more up close, more in detail. Last leak, was it 4 or 5 days ago, maybe a week ago, was kind of grainy, smaller pictures, harder to see. These pictures are really cool. It looks basically like this phone, just instead of this little separation right here, it's just one big cutout, which, I mean, I love this design. So, I mean, you know, if something's not broke, don't fix it. I absolutely, again, I'll tell you all the time, I think this is my absolute favorite phone of all time. I love it. It never lets me down. It's a workhorse. It's a Ferrari. It's the fastest Android phone I've ever used. I mean, it's blazing fast, never hiccups. Battery life, as you know, like I just explained, is basically 2 days. So these Pixel 8s are going to be awesome. It's going to have the Tensor 3 chip. It's going to have flagship specs. I mean, it's going to be spec'd out, and it's going to be at a good price. So these are going to be a home run. You cannot go wrong with this new Pixel 8 series. It does show the 8 in the lemongrass, and the other one, I think, I can't remember, but I'll show them up here. It looks cool. These case makers, actually, how this works is, and I know a little bit because well, it's a long story. I'm gonna make this video longer, but we looked into manufacturing our own cases, and going to China, visiting a manufacturing plant, and all this stuff, right? So these case makers, and these are from these cheap Chinese case makers, like they're just generic cases. But these case makers, Google and Apple and Samsung, send big manufacturers in China, mainly, but there's some in America, but mainly in China, they'll send them molds of their next upcoming phone a few months before release, so they can make cases for the Pixel, or for any phone really. They have to get the dimensions just right, they have to get the cutouts just right, they have to get the mics lined up, the camera, the power cutout. These case makers get these devices before anybody else, really. And that's why you see when this leaked a month or two before, of an actual screenshot of what it looked like. There was a 10-second video of somebody messing with it. That was from a case maker. These case makers get these devices, whether it be Apple. Now, that doesn't mean that whoever's leaking the photos is not going to get in trouble and not get fired. Probably happen. However, it's really interesting how that's where most of the leaks come from, is these case makers in China. That they'll get a hold of the device, they'll take pictures, they'll mold, get a mold of it, they'll make a bunch of different designs of cases, and then figure out which case they want to start manufacturing and push to the public and sell. But a lot of these leaks come from the manufacturers and or the workers that work there. So interesting news. Can't wait for the Pixel 8. Definitely want to get that as well, so I'm sure we will. But I say every year I'm gonna save. I love this one, so why get rid of it? And then I see the 8, the new colors, you know, the whole hoopla around it, and I'm a sucker for new technology, so I'll probably trade this in and upgrade with Google, because that's what I did with this one and the 6 Pro. So anyways, that's the news for today. Big Google day. And I do appreciate y'all watching the video. I do appreciate the comments and the kind words. I know there was somebody in the comments too that was had a whole bunch of questions about cases, and I love that. So don't feel like you're bothering me or anything. If you have any question whatsoever, shoot me a question, and I will be more than happy to answer that for you. If you do have a question about a case, or on as far as for the Pixels, my wife, my daughter, and I all have Pixels. We different ones, so she's got the small. If there's anything on the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, please shoot me a question. I'll be more than happy to answer any question you have. If I don't know the answer, I will find it out for you and reply back to you in the comments. And I'm not saying I know everything, but I guarantee you we know more than the average tech person when it comes to phones and when it comes to cases, because my wife and I are addicted to phones and cases. So in fact, tomorrow I'm going to shoot a video showing you how many cases she has. We had our case collection from the Pixel 6 series, the 6 and the 6 Pro, and the 6A, and I recently got rid of them, but it was over 100 cases of all the phones combined and the cases we bought. Now, we kind of slowed down on this one because we really started thinking about it's a lot of money that you go through, so we were going to try to cool it, you know, chill on the cases this year, but we still splurge a little bit. But she's got a ton of cases, but I'm gonna collect them all tomorrow, shoot a video, and show you of all the cases we have. It's probably how long has this been out? Like 6 months. So we probably have like maybe over 50. So unfortunately, we're kind of on the same, you know, road as last year as far as the number of cases we buy. But anyways, I'm not going to blabble on. Appreciate y'all viewing the channel, and thank you very much. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. Oh, you know what I was thinking of too? I think I might give some of these cases away. Like, to the viewers, if y'all have Pixels, if you have Samsung devices, I think we got cases for obviously the Pixel 7 Pro, the Pixel 7, and we have cases for the S23 Ultra, and I don't know. I'm gonna go, before I shoot the video tomorrow to show you all over, I'll go through them, and I'll put some to the side that we just flat out don't use, and they're not beat up. I mean, I mean, we go through a lot of cases, so we'll use them for, you know, a week or so, and then take it off and use another one, and then we don't ever pick that main one back up. So I just need to find a good way to basically give these away, because YouTube has certain guidelines and stuff when it comes to giveaways. I'm not necessarily going to do a contest. It's basically, if you want it, you can have it, and I'll pay for the shipping. I don't care, but I got to look into it. But if you have any of the phones that I just stated, comment, and if you do want something, I don't know, we can find a way. You could, I think I have my Telegram, I have my contact information on the channel. Just go to scroll over to the channel info, and then scroll over to About, and I think I have like my email and Telegram stuff. So anyways, there's ways to reach out. But if you are interested, please let me know, and I'll be more than happy to, you know, send y'all some if you have any one of these devices. So Because that's the thing. I review them, I use them maybe for a week, and I don't ever use them again. So, you know, whatever. But anyways, thank you. If you do want a case, reach out, let me know, and we'll discuss which ones you want and how I can get them to you. So, all right, guys, appreciate it. Bye.